Act 1. The Problem.
Well guys, I've done it. I've hit that point in my career where I don't have any idea what game I should review next. So now I'm here, in my basement, looking at the games, waiting for an answer to come to me. I'm through with waiting, let's have a closer look. Alright, let's see what we got here. What should the console be first off? Super Nintendo? No. Turbo graphics? Well, I have done reviews of 16-bit games before, so I don't think now is the time for it. Wait. 16 and 4. When you put them together, Nintendo 64! Okay, I haven't even touched this system on my show. Now, what game? Okay, we have Yoshi's Story, cute game, but that's already been done, I think. We have Hey You Pikachu, weird game, and that's been done to death. There's Pokemon Snap, I've done an LP on this actually, but that's been done as well. Hey, Sonic Heroes, I don't know why that's there. And what is this game?
End of Act 1. Intermission.
Script time!
I don't know fuck about this game. End of intermission. Act 2. The episode.
Bomberman Hero for the Nintendo 64.
If you're not familiar with Bomberman, I can't really blame you that much. The character was created by Hudson Soft and first introduced to the masses in the game Bomberman on July of 1983. Since then, the character and his self-titled franchise has gone on to receive plenty of sequels and ports to various console platforms thanks to its popular strategic maze style of gameplay. But in 1998, during the days of the N64, the devs decided to take a different approach with a whole new game. Bomberman Hero.
This game was released on September 1st, 1998 to a very mixed reception among the critics. Now, in all honesty, I'm hardly an expert when it comes to a franchise like this. I've actually hardly played a Bomberman game. Apart from Wario Blast, which features Bomberman, but I don't know if that really counts. So, for this episode, I'm gonna take on a game I have little knowledge of to see what impressions it leaves on me. So let's take a better look at Bomberman Hero.
Starting up the game, and we're greeted with a collage of cutscenes with Bomberman doing many different things. This is probably a showing off of what is yet to come or those 3D graphics. Either way, I'm ready for this. Starting the game brings us to another cutscene, introducing the plot. So from the look of it, some space station has come to the Bomber Nebula, attacking all the inhabiting planets. The princess of Primus Star, Million, goes to warn Bomberman of what's going on, but is taken by another ship, so she sends the robot down in her place. Very original plot indeed. And so we have our first planet. From what I remember from Wario Blast, the Bomberman games consist of the title character going around a mazed grid destroying foes and other objects to advance. But in this game, you don't see any of that here. You are Bomberman, as you can tell, and you'll be going around the many areas and stages taking out any foe that gets in your way so you can continue. It is a very stark contrast to the original Bomberman games, which would not set well with the diehards. But if you calm down for one goddamn second, let's just look at the game and see if it has anything to offer. Phew. That was tiring. Bomberman is controlled by using the control stick to move around, A to jump, and B to throw a bomb. Press and hold B for a bit to shoot out more bombs. The C-pad helps move the camera around, except for down C. That's used for dropping a bomb down next to Bomberman, which also works with the R button. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's go into the first stage. The game consists of several planets, each having multiple areas, each having plenty of stages. Bomberman's tasked with going across all of them, along the way taking out any foes and collecting all the collectibles. When you reach the end of a stage, you'll be ranked for completion.
I did it!
I was not expecting a voice like that.
As I was playing, I was wondering when we were gonna see the kind of stuff we were promised in the opening cutscene. Turns out I wasn't so far off. For clearing Area 1, I received the Bomber Pitch, which will come in handy for going across the water or gliding in the air. But now, we're at our first boss. Most shall come at the end of an area, defeat it, and you'll move on. Welcome back to Star Wars. In this episode, we find the robot who we now know as P-Bot with a secret disc, stolen from the Garridan Empire. He also tells of the princess's fate and asks us to go and rescue her, and thus the long journey begins. From then on, we rinse and repeat, with the challenge getting a bit more tough from level to level, and as the adventure continues, so does the struggle for survival. JK, it's kind of easy. So playing this game for the first time, I can say this game may not be the biggest of a challenge, but it can be fun for those who haven't heard of Bomberman before or actually want to try something different, unlike the purists out there. Sure, it's different, but that doesn't mean anything until you played it for yourself. As for me, I say it's an alright game. The plot isn't all the way original and the cutscenes are a bit sluggish, but the gameplay is overall okay. And that's how you play. Moving on. The music was composed by Young Chikuma, and for lack of a better word, it's kinda nice actually. It has the sound of intense space exploration, if that made any sense, plus it has a futuristic tone to make it even more interesting. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but the music turned out good. Moving on. There isn't a lot to talk about in terms of extra content, except for the menus present before you start a game. You have 4 save slots. Mine are filled out from the previous owner as well as my own, but you also have other options like looking at scores, copying a save file, deleting a save file, more options, and changing the sound output. Like I said, not a lot left to show off. Moving on. Bomberman Hero did moderately well in its time, selling roughly 470,000 copies before fading into obscurity. It was re-released for the Virtual Console on March 7, 2011, and after that, nothing more. The franchise has continued with plenty of more titles while experiencing some ups and downs. And as of this video, it's still going with its latest release of Super Bomberman R being ready to come out for the up-and-coming Nintendo Switch.
So, what is my rate to play? It's a should play. It may not be a standard Bomberman game that most of us would be used to, but it's still a unique experience. It's cute on appearance, fun for all, not too difficult, and bombs. Need I say more?
But that's only my opinion. If you have your own thoughts, leave a comment. If you like what you see, leave a like. If you think others would enjoy this, share it around the web. And if you want to see more, subscribe. Anyway, this has been BrianTheBlue Game Reviews, Bomberman Hero for the N64. End of Act 2. Act 3. The ending. End of Act 3. The end.